Hello fellow Tweely, and welcome to our review of 2018. We kind of wanted to go through last year and discuss some first-party titles, big third-party releases, and highlight some great indie titles. Along the way, we will give some thoughts on the various titles released that we bought.
January had few releases, but it set the year off right with a mini direct. For a 15-minute video, it was packed with fairly big announcements to get Switch owners excited. Nintendo continued with their plethora of Wii U ports by announcing Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition and Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze with a brand new funky mode. We also received new game announcements for Mario Tennis Aces, as well as Faye and Celeste. Nintendo also announced the following games are coming to the Switch: The World Ends With You, Ys 8, Payday 2, Dark Souls Remastered. We also got announcements for DLC characters in Pokken Tournament DX, with Aegislash in Character Pack 1 and Blastoise in Character Pack 2. Some other DLC announcements included Luigi's Balloon World in Super Mario Odyssey, and Mario plus Rabbids Donkey Kong Kingdom World. The most popular game that was released in January was Celeste. Celeste is a beautiful game with ambient music and a wonderful story, and was nominated for Game of the Year by the Video Game Awards. If you have not picked up this game, you owe it to yourself to try it out. February was the month of third-party ports and indies. We received ports of fan favorites Bayonetta 1 and 2, the realistic first-person shooter Payday 2, and the incredible Dragon Quest Builders. Most of my early 2018 was spent playing this particular title, and boy was it a great time. It has the best aspects from two genres, taking the world building of Minecraft and mixing it with a wonderful RPG storyline to entertain you as you progress through the game. While on the indie side, we also received Owlboy, which was met with very positive reviews, and an EA published game, Faye, by Zoink Games. While February had a few hits, we definitely got the ball rolling in March with some exciting announcements and releases.
March was a big month for Nintendo, with a combination of announcements and video game releases. We finally received Kirby Star Allies, as well as Attack on Titan 2. Some big indie game releases were Mulaka and Scribblenauts Showdown. Nintendo dropped both a Nintendo Direct and an indie showcase, and this Direct was a doozy. We had fan favorites of Okami HD and Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, as well as Crash Insane Trilogy and South Park The Fractured But Whole. Nintendo also revealed the first major paid DLC for Splatoon 2 with Octo Expansion. And then, they capped the end of the Direct with the Super Smash Bros. Reveal trailer. The Nindy Showcase gave us information on some big indie titles such as Just Shapes and Beats, Mark of the Ninja, Pool Panic, and The Messenger. April gave us the first 2 packs of Nintendo Labo, which sold 1.39 million kits in its first 3 months. April also received South Park The Fractured But Whole, as well as Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Trilogy. In May, the Switch received some great Wii U ports, with Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze with Funky Mode, and Hyrule Warriors, which included all the DLC packs. Both games were very popular on the Wii U, and got their much-deserved second life on the Switch. Tropical Freeze reminded us the amazing work that Retro Studios can do, and begs us to question what game they have been working on ever since the initial release of Tropical Freeze. Hyrule Warriors brought fan-favorite Zelda characters across all the timelines in a Dynasty Warriors crossover, and presented fun interactions between these characters. Plus, it gave us one of the best Ganondorf designs, but not the best. The Switch also got some Capcom collections with Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2, and the Street Fighter 20th Anniversary Collection. Some amazing smaller titles dropped as well, with Runner 3, Bloodstained Curse on the Moon, and the famous Ikaruga.
June was a pretty huge month for the Switch, with E3 and quite a few popular games coming to the system. Right before E3, we got BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, Shaq Fu The Legend Reborn, the Bethesda mobile game Fallout Shelter, and Nintendo's brand new IP, Sushi Strikers. On the same day as Nintendo's E3 Direct, we had the drop of 2 crazy huge online multiplayer titles, Fortnite and Paladins. One other title that came out in the month of June was Hollow Knight, which quickly joined my favorites of all time list. Journeying through the kingdom of Hollownest was an amazing experience, tackling insect enemies and discovering new power-ups and skills in this Metroidvania indie title. Now finally getting into the presentation, which started out with the introduction of Damon Ex Machina, including some amazing in-game footage. They continued with the reveal of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 standalone DLC, Torna Golden Country. More info about the upcoming Pokemon Let's Go games, the reveal of Switch's first Mario Party game, Super Mario Party, a trailer for the Fire Emblem Three Houses, and we finally got a huge announcement of info from Sakurai about Smash Ultimate. Finishing out June, we received the LEGO Incredibles, Mario Tennis Aces, Ys 8, Crash Bandicoot The Insane Trilogy, and another awesome port from Panic Button, Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus.
July was a slightly slower month release-wise, but we got some pretty awesome titles. Shining Resonance Refrain and the Mega Man X Collection 1 and 2 came out, along with the Wii U classic Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, and the exclusive from Square Enix, Octopath Traveler. In just a month, Octopath became a million seller and it actually had shortages because it was better than even Square Enix predicted. This game was a callback to the classic JRPGs during the Super Nintendo days, with Square's new trademarked HD 2D graphics design. Octopath was filled with amazing storytelling of 8 different companions, all with a developed plotline with their own antagonists, and character development throughout their journey, accompanied by music that was nominated for Best Score at the Video Game Awards. If you have an itch for a classic JRPG, this game is for you.
August provided another indie showcase and direct dedicated to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Along with these 2 presentations, we were spoiled with indies all month long. These indies offered a variety from both single-player and multiplayer-focused games. Dead Cells, Overcooked 2, Morphe's Law, and The Messenger were standout titles of the month. Not only did we receive those, but we also got the long-awaited Okami HD and Monster Hunter's Generation Ultimate from Capcom. Towards the beginning of the month, we got a sly Luigi's Mansion 3 teaser introducing Simon and Belmont from Castlevania, Echo Fighters in the form of Chrom and Dark Samus, and the new Stage Morph feature, custom music playlists, and last but not least, the Croc Villain King K. Rool. Finishing off the month was an indie showcase that showed off some titles like Hyper Light Drifter, Into the Breach, Towerfall with Madeline from Celeste being a playable character, and wait for it, Untitled Goose Game. But wait, there's one more thing we were both excited about, a direct for Nintendo's new mobile IP, Dragalia Lost, introducing some info and gameplay from the new smartphone game.
September may have been one of the biggest announcement months for Nintendo, barring the Smash reveal. We got a good amount of third-party games and the first direct after E3, which discussed a variety of games. We got some smashing indie titles with Hyper Light Drifter and Undertale. A lot of third-party support was released, with NBA 2K19, SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy, Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, South Park Stick of Truth, Valkyria Chronicles 4, Dragon Ball FighterZ, and Wasteland 2. Nintendo also gave us the 3rd Nintendo Labo Toy Compact, in the brand new mobile IP Dragalia Lost. One of the largest inclusions to the Switch library was the popular mobile game Arena of Valor. September was a time we both spent quite a lot of time invested in different games. Luckily, we can't see Damon's playtime of Dragalia Lost, but it's safe to say his playtime probably rivals his time spent in Breath of the Wild. But right in the smack dab middle of all these releases, we finally got a direct with several brand new announcements and some exciting stuff for 2019. The start of the direct was a clip for a brand new Luigi's Mansion 3. The direct continued showing brand new weapons and specials for Splatoon 2 in version 4, along with some fresh new gear. This was followed with announcements for Capcom's Beat 'em Up bundle filled with old school arcade fighters, and Katamari Damacy Reroll. We had anticipated learning more about the Switch Online service, and we finally got that info with an explanation of the online features, including a Netflix-style NES game collection, along with the special NES controllers that could be used for our classics games. Continuing the direct, we got to see Game Freak's new game, Pokemon 8th Generation. Just kidding. But Game Freak did announce a new IP called Town, a working title, where you have to protect your village from invading monsters. This invasion from Game Freak is slated to come out this year, and we both cannot wait to see more details about this game. Yoshi finally got a title reveal with Yoshi's Crafted World, a new board game adapted to video games with Settlers of Catan and Munchkin, which I for one am sure to kick Damon's butt in once Catan comes out. A slew of Final Fantasy games were announced, including World of Final Fantasy Maxima, Crystal Chronicles, Jacobo's Mystery Dungeon, and wait for it, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 5 Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy 7, 9, Final Fantasy X and X2, and Final Fantasy 12 were all announced in rapid succession. And finishing up the direct was more Smash, with a Smash Ultimate Switch bundle. Then we were deceived. We had Isabelle pop up on the screen, and Animal Crossing fans around the world died for a second. Only to realize she was joining Smash. After it finally came back to reality watching Isabelle's Smash trailer, Animal Crossing fans died again after seeing the teaser for Animal Crossing 2019. And this solidified that 2019 will be a banger of a year for Switch owners.
October is the beginning of the thrilling end to 2018. Nintendo announced the return of the friendship-ending leading creator of sibling arguments in Super Mario Party, and we cannot be more excited about it. We received some great third-party games this month with Mega Man 11, Valkyria Chronicles, Disgaea 1 Complete, and Dark Souls Remastered. An important third-party game released this month was Starlink Battle for Atlas. Starlink became a mock Star Fox game on the Switch with the inclusion of Fox and his pals as they battled alongside the group Starlink against the Legion, an evil group led by Grax. This game was a great pop in and out style game that provided a wonderful experience that gave Star Fox fans a taste of what an open world Star Fox adventure could be.
With the start of the holiday season coming on Black Friday, Nintendo continued their end of the year lineup in November with some great indie titles, heavy-hitting third-party games, and the first Pokemon RPG title on a home console. Some of the great indie titles were Moonlighter and Brawlhalla. The third-party titles released this month were Diablo 3 Eternal Collection, Civilization 6, and another amazing effort by Panic Button, porting over Warframe. But the pinnacle for Switch owners this month was Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Even with all the discourse of Let's Go splitting the fanbase on whether or not you can consider this a core RPG title, Pokemon Let's Go sold 10 million units in the first month and a half of 2018. Nintendo also continued the hype train for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with a second dedicated direct. After that direct, it was clear why so much time was dedicated this year to marketing Super Smash Bros. This direct revealed the inclusion of Ken, Incineroar, and the new fan favorite Piranha Plant. They also announced there will be 5 DLC fighters, all with their own stages. Then Sora Sakurai went in depth of the new Spirits mode, which further proved how Smash Bros. Ultimate is the greatest crossover game ever, introducing spirits from many franchises for you to capture that will aid you in your fight. This then led to the announcement of World of Light, the new adventure mode where you have to save the entire Smash Bros. Cast from Galeem.
December capped off the year with an amazing holiday season, with the Switch selling 10 million units in the final 3 months. And the charge was led by the release of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. In less than a month of sales, Super Smash Bros. Sold over 12 million copies, making it the fastest first-party title in Nintendo history. There were some great indie games released in this month as well, with Monster Boy, The Cursed Kingdom, Everspace, Guacamelee 2, and Firewatch. Nintendo also had a big presence at the Video Game Awards, which had its highest viewership ever with 36 million views across all streaming platforms. There, Nintendo announced the first DLC character for Smash with Joker from Persona 5. We also discovered that Nintendo is publishing Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. With Marvel movies having a peak interest in the general public, with Avengers Infinity War and now Avengers Endgame releasing this April, this grabbed a lot of attention from the mainstream gaming world.
Even though the first 6 months were slow for Nintendo, they were certainly able to make up for it by bringing out the heavy hitters in November and December with Pokemon and Smash. Let's Go was severely underestimated, but still sold 10 million copies in a month and a half. Smash was literally smashing records by not only being the fastest selling title on the system, but by also being the fastest selling game in all of Nintendo's history. With these 2 titles, they were able to sell almost 10 million Switch units in 2 months. This brings the total Switch sales for just under 2 years at 32.27 million. Through all of its controversy, Switch Online also had some success, gaining 8 million subscribers in 3 months. With recent news of Nintendo hiring a dedicated Switch Online manager, we hope this service will continue to grow and improve throughout the course of the Switch's life.
And that about wraps it up for our 2018 in review. There were plenty of games that are definitely worth being picked up, and so many we enjoyed. Overall, we thought 2018 was pretty awesome. What are your thoughts? Did you have any favorites from anything released last year? Be sure to let us know in the comments below, and if you're new, like, subscribe, and please share. Thank you for watching. Bye.